We're about to dig into one of the most mysterious, most profound events described in all of Scripture. We're not just talking about the end of an era, we're talking about a moment so powerful that the universe itself is said to react.
I think we've all wondered about it, right? How is this whole chapter of human history actually going to conclude? Is it going to be some catastrophe we bring on ourselves, or something else, something far beyond our imagination? Well, the scriptures point to a moment that isn't about war or disaster. It's more like a cosmic announcement.
Hundreds of years before Christ, the prophet Isaiah wrote down this absolutely stunning vision. Just try to picture that. The sky, the one thing that's always been there throughout all of human history, just folding up. The image he uses is a scroll, and in the ancient world, a rolled-up scroll meant the story was finished, the decree was final. And this wasn't described as some metaphor, it was a prophecy of a real physical event.
Now fast forward a few centuries, and Jesus himself talks about this very thing. He mentions the same cosmic signs, a sun that goes dark, a moon without light, but then he adds the most crucial detail of all. After these signs, he will appear. So you see, this isn't just random chaos, it's the prelude to his return.
And it doesn't stop there. We get a third witness. In the book of Revelation, the Apostle John sees the exact same thing. The sky receding, just like Isaiah described it. The consistency here, across centuries, it is absolutely staggering. I mean, just look at this timeline. You've got 3 different people, separated by almost 800 years, all describing the same unbelievable event, an ancient prophet, the Messiah himself, and one of his closest followers. This isn't just a coincidence, it feels like a confirmation.
So this really brings us to the core question, doesn't it? It's easy to get caught up in the what is happening, but the why, that's where the real meaning is. Why would the sun go dark? Why would the heavens fold up like an old piece of paper? Why such a dramatic universal reaction?
The answer is, the universe isn't just falling apart, it's responding. The sun, the moon, the stars, the very fabric of the sky, they are all reacting to the physical return of their King, Jesus Christ. It's like a cosmic bow in the presence of the Creator.
And when Jesus talks about this moment, he uses a very specific title for himself, the Son of Man. Now, this isn't a title of humility. It's a title of immense authority and glory. It means he's the rightful ruler, coming to finally claim his kingdom.
And the contrast here is just so stark. I mean, think about it. Human history is just one story of temporary kingdoms. Empires rise, they dominate, and then they turn to dust. It always happens. But the return of Christ, well, that signals the end of that whole cycle. It's the end of the age of human rule and the beginning of the final, eternal kingdom. Okay, so let's just pause here for a second. When the sky rolls back and ultimate reality is staring us all in the face, all the things we build our lives around, all our priorities, are suddenly going to look very, very different. What is actually going to have any value in that moment? Everything we chase, power, money, status, it all just becomes completely irrelevant. The hierarchies we build, the influence we fight for, the security we think we have in our possessions, it's all going to dissolve right along with the heavens. In the end, it all boils down to one thing. Not what we've accomplished, but who we've become. And this really reveals the deeper point of a prophecy like this. It's not just to tell us about the future, it's to change our hearts right now in the present. Which leads us to the real question we have to ask ourselves. Do these prophecies just make us afraid? Do they make us want to track every sign and analyze every headline? Or do they invite us to something deeper, to genuine transformation? And there's a huge difference here. It is one thing to know the facts about Jesus, to study prophecy, to have all the historical knowledge. It is something else entirely to actually know him, to have a real relationship, a surrendered heart. The real dividing line on that day won't be how much we knew. It'll be who we knew. It's not about being an expert on the end times. It's about being a follower of the King. So what happens after the sky rolls back? Well, the Bible describes this 1,000-year period, often called the Millennial Kingdom, where Christ himself will reign right here on earth. This is the incredible, hopeful future that follows that great cosmic event. Just imagine it. For the first time in all of history, a world with perfect leadership. The chaos of human conflict finally gives way to a lasting peace. The corruption that infects every system we build is just swept away by perfect justice.
and all the deceptions that cloud our world are replaced by absolute, unfiltered truth. That's the promise of His kingdom. And this is why, for those who know Him, the day the sky rolls back isn't terrifying at all. It's triumphant. It's not the end they were afraid of. It's the beginning they've been waiting for their whole lives. The fulfillment of every single promise. So you see, this completely reframes the whole event. It's not an apocalypse in the sense of some final, terrible end. It's an inauguration. It's not the closing of history's book. It's the beginning of its greatest and final chapter, the reign of Christ.
And that leaves every one of us with a final, unavoidable choice. Every single day, we invest our lives, our energy, our hearts into something. So the question is, are we building for the temporary kingdoms of this world that we know are going to fade away, or are we preparing our hearts for the eternal one that's to come?